So you, a Fortnite Battle Royale player, think that you're pretty good at Fortnite. You have a decent KD and almost always get top 20 in your matches. But you can just never win. You get in top 20, top 10, but then it gets down to the 1 versus 1, and your opponent just always has that edge on you, and you don't know why. You've tried different tactics, you've tried building more, you've tried building less, you've tried using different guns, but nothing will work, and you can just never win that 1 versus 1 to get you your victory royale. Well, today, that's gonna end. So before we can end your losing streak, what we first need to do is figure out the problem. What I've noticed over my time playing Fortnite is that most players who get in those 1 versus 1 or top 10 and they just can't win are usually players who just play way too conservative. Now, I'm not saying that that's necessarily a bad thing, but the thing is, players who play conservative every game can never win because they don't have the experience in gunfights. They might go into the top 10 with 2 or 3 kills, and if you only have 2 or 3 kills, you simply aren't going to have the loot and maybe even the skill set in order to win. One thing that I've noticed is that I almost always win my 1 versus 1s. I literally probably win 9 out of every 10 1 versus 1s that I get into in Fortnite. The reason for that is because, say there's 5 players left. Usually 2 or 3 of those last 5 players are going to be players who really aren't that good at Fortnite, but they got to the end game because they didn't engage in gunfights, so they didn't have anyone to kill them. And then as the time goes on, the good players kill each other. So say I kill 2 people, and then it's me against one other person who has gotten 1 or 2 kills the entire match and hasn't even seen anyone in the top 10, and they're just hanging out in a bush or in a house or something, and I'm in my 4-story high fort, fully decked out loadout with a scar, a grenade launcher, a sniper, double shotguns or something like that. And in that situation, there's really nothing that they can do in order to win. So that is why my first tip to you guys is going to be that you're going to have to play more aggressive and get more kills and get better loot and get better positioning on your enemies in order to win. And the key to getting better kills and better loot is going to be to go for that high positioning, the positioning that everyone wants. Because everyone wants that positioning, everyone's going to be going for it, especially the better players. And generally speaking, the better players are going to have the better loot because they've been running around getting more kills, looting more houses, while the bad players have just been sitting in a house and not looting anything else. So the main key to winning in the endgame is going for the high positioning. How many times have you been in a 1 versus 1 situation and your opponent was sitting in a fort on top of a hill looking down at you with a scar and you got a kill on him? Never? Yes, that's what your answer should be. Never, unless your opponent just got the game literally yesterday, because it is so hard to lose when you have such a good position on your opponent. That's why whenever you see me play on stream, or even in my gameplays here on the YouTube channel, you always see when I'm in a 1 versus 1 situation, I have the height advantage on my opponent, and if I don't have the height advantage, then I'm going to make the height advantage for myself. I'm going to go and find a good area to build, and I'm going to build a 1x1 until we're either at equal height or I'm above him, because you're never going to win a 1-on-1 if your enemy is looking down at you from a fort or even just from a regular mountain or hill. And that is the main reason why you see these very good players like Ninja or Myth or Cypher PK getting these very, very high kill games at the end, because they're always going for that high ground along with the other good players. That's why you also don't generally see them getting in gunfights with bad players, because the other good players are going for the same thing as them, which is that high ground in the end game. And that's also a big reason why you might see someone go into a top 10 situation with 3 kills, and then by the time they've won the game, they have 9 kills. It's because they're going for that high ground, and they're getting a lot of kills while they're at it, therefore getting a lot of loot and keeping that high ground. If you have good loot and the high ground on your opponent, it's very, very difficult to lose. However, on the other end, if your opponent is looking down on you and you have bad loot, you're really not going to win that 1v1 situation. So basically, to sum this video up, if you are getting in top 10 or top 5 or 1 versus 1 situations, but you just can never seem to win them, and I mean you lose probably 90% of your 1v1s, that is probably because you're playing too conservative and going for that low ground. You need to go for that high ground, get yourself a lot of kills, get in a lot of gunfights, and gain not only more experience, but better loot and a higher probability of winning that match. But anyways, that is going to do it for today, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a bit of a different style of video for me, so trying it out. I really hope that you guys did enjoy. If you're new to the channel, then make sure to go ahead and subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like. Let's see if we can hit 6 likes on this video. If we could, that would be absolutely amazing. And comment any questions or any additional tips that you have down there below in the comments section. But anyways, this is Ice signing off. Peace.